loose ball, and it's going to go. Maddie buries it in the net to tie it. It's good! Welcome to October and welcome to Boys Soccer. It's our first look at the Hilltopper boys since the Diamond game back in early September. Thrilled to see a defending state champ here on Durfee's turf to square off against the Hilltoppers, the Westport Wildcats in the house. Hello again, everybody. I'm Evan Massoud. Yes, the D5 state champs from last fall are here, trying to pick up Durfee, add to their schedule, and play up in their schedule. We talk about this a lot on the broadcast, you know, some of the advantages that the lower division teams, the smaller schools have with the power ranking situation, and that is to be able to play up. So moving into a D1 matchup here with Durfee, this is essentially Durfee's 17th game. It's a one and done. They had matchups across the schedule for 16 games this fall, but they picked up this 17th because Westport called, and why not? Local matchup, right? So Hilltoppers coming off of back-to-back victories over the last week. Somerset Berkeley being one of them, and then Bishop Stang as well. We were supposed to have that Stang game last week. You know, we did girls soccer in the rain a week ago. We were going to do boys soccer in the rain as well, but it started raining in on us during setup. The laptop getting wet, the camera getting wet, so no good, unfortunately. So the athletics department aired it on their YouTube channel, which is, it's still up there and available for you. That was a win for the Hilltoppers. But this one's going to be a good test. You know, just because Westport's a little bit lower division does not mean that they're not going to be a formidable opponent. And for Durfee, you know, wanted to keep that win streak going. They have a lot of ties. They're 4-1-4, but 2 of those 4 wins coming just in the last week. So as we hit the halfway mark, the Hilltoppers looking for more W's than ties, that's for sure, especially with another round of Big 3 competition coming up in about a week and a half. We'll have live coverage right after the break. Hope you stick around. We're thrilled to see boys soccer again on Fred TV. We'll be back.
Hi, my name is Stephanie MacArthur, Director of Traffic and Parking for the City of Fall River. As another school year begins, we as the city just want to remind everyone of some of the school zone safety laws. Crosswalks are designed for your safety. Please make sure to use them. Always wait for a crossing guard to stop traffic before crossing the street. Drivers, use caution when entering a school zone. State law mandates a strict 20-mile-per-hour speed limit in all school zones. Parking within a crosswalk is strictly prohibited. By showing respect and patience, we can ensure that everyone arrives at their destination safely and on time. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions and/or concerns, please feel free to contact my office at 508-324-2123. Let's have a wonderful school year.
Welcome back, everybody, to Mac Aldridge Field. It is just about game time here from the Durfee Stadium. Evan Massoud with you on this first day of October. I'm not sure how I feel about that, to be quite honest with you. It's pretty amazing that a month has already flown by here in the fall sports season. So with both teams, for Durfee, this is their 10th game already, 17 on the schedule. So they've technically already passed the halfway mark. For Westport, this is going to be their 9th game. And it's been a good year for them. I had a chance to talk to Coach Chris Parker prior to the game, and he said, knowing that they were the defending champs last year, he says, we really wanted to make some changes to the schedule to challenge, ourselves a little more. And so with that said, Westport's schedule a little different than it was a year ago as we are underway here. So seeing some different opponents, and one of them being Durfee. Like I said a few moments ago in our open, the lower teams, lower division, the smaller schools, they really have the benefit. As that did go out of bounds. Good job. Gomez really tried to sell that well, but he was out of bounds when he played it, even though the ball was kind of in the air. One thing I can say, for Westport in particular, Coach said they are very aggressive and they like to move the ball fast. This is not a 7 or 8 or 9 passes to get you down and within striking distance. They will have some long, quick passes in stride to move the ball in, say, 4 or 5 and then take a shot. So what does that mean? Well, it means Durfee's defense better be on their game. Westport's put up 7 goals twice this season and 3 a couple of times. So they certainly can explode for some points in a hurry. That shot taken, and it is off the top of the net. I just say that, and, the Hilltoppers with the early chance there. Well, while we get this one put back in play, we'll run down the starters. The Wildcats going with number 3, Carter Kudo, number 5, Ben Cross, number 7, Zachary Lopes, number 10, Naziah Pacheco, number 11, Will Quinlan, number 12, Jake Cross, number 13, Austin Raposo, number 18, Landon Novo, number 22, Henry Gillette, and number 24, Garrett Scov. And in goal, number 0, Noah Amaral. For the Hilltoppers, number 3, Selvin Marquez, number 6, Crispin Sokol, number 8, Daniel Bogan, number 9, Matthew Almeida, number 10, Kawa Damas, number 11, Leonardo Alfama, number 13, Landon Freitas, number 15, Elder Gomez, number 19, Colin Fleet, and number 24, Edson Da Vega. In goal for Durfee is the senior, number 12, Xavier Inacio. Those last 2 games, Durfee won at the end of last week. I would say rather crucial, despite them not being conference games. We were supposed to have the Brockton game a couple weeks ago, and unfortunately, I came down with something and had the fever, had body aches, had no voice. It was not good, so we missed that one. It was a loss, so I guess you could say there's your silver lining. We didn't have to call a loss, but always disappointing to miss a conference game. So unfortunately, we weren't able to. That was back on September 17th. We're not able to be here for that one. But when I said as well in the top of the broadcast that Durfee needs some wins because they have more Big 3 games coming up on the schedule. Well, you have Westport today, Taunton on Friday, and then a week from now is Brockton on the road, and 2 weeks from today, New Bedford here. And that's part of, for the Hilltoppers, they're going to be playing their last 5 games of the season here on campus. One of them is a road game. That's the rematch against Diamond because, of course, Diamond doesn't have a field. So they're playing, boys and girls are playing at home the same night, with Diamond being the, quote, home team for boys in that game. So the boys will be on the practice turf that night. But nonetheless, it's still going to be here on campus. So for October 10th, 15th, 17th, 22nd, and 25th, all here at Durfee's Stadium, or Durfee's Complex. So, and that's BR, New Bedford, Dartmouth, Diamond, and then DR, Dighton, Rehoboth. So, really got to get through today and Friday and next Tuesday, which are road games, and then Durfee doesn't have to travel until the playoffs, or hopefully a playoff berth. So that's a good thing, you know, coming down the stretch here to have a lot of games at home. You don't have to worry about, you know, those longer bus trips and dealing with travel and all that. So we're here tonight. In 2 weeks, we will be back for the New Bedford game. If we're able to, we have to check on some crew. We may be able to pick up the Bridgewater Raynham game on the 10th, but need to check the production calendar on that first. Loose ball on the throw-in, coming near side, cleared away by Westport. Durfee's defense was well up the field. Kind of left Raposo back for Westport a bit unguarded with just a one-on-one matchup there against Sokol. You know, certainly has become quite a good defender for the Hilltoppers, but still, one-on-one battles are not preferable. Out of bounds, and that will be a throw for Westport. Kind of an interesting day again, you know, weather-wise. Seems like since we had our first rain game a week and a half ago, the weather's been a little odd. Like it's cool when the sun is not out. When the sun is out, it feels quite warm. We've had some dark clouds. It never rained, but the sky really picturesque tonight with the setting sun. 63 degrees. It did get into the 70s today, but that's what I mean. As soon as the sun goes away, it chills out here very quickly. So 63, and it is very gusty on field level as well. The wind coming in from the north and blowing right down the field, which also is kind of different. Usually it comes in from the south end on the right side of your screen because it's coming down the hill from Ray Street and then kind of swirling around. But it was pretty gusty when I was talking to the coaches at field level. Back to Inacio. We'll look to him to send it away. Shot taken, and Inacio able to hang on. An early opportunity there for Westport. Now Amaral will come out and scoop it on the other end on a quick transition for there for the Westport Wildcats. That's Gomez. Hilltoppers trying to spread out the field a bit here. Oh, loose ball there in front. It got by, though. Now Durfee. Hard shot there from Almeida. That is kept in. That's off the elbow. That should be hands in the box. It's going to be a corner for the Hilltoppers, but that definitely hit high on one of the Westport defenders. Hooking back into the box, comes out. Juicy rebound. Can Durfee lob one in, and a nice save. Up the ladder goes Amaral, tracking it the whole time, but a good second chance effort there from the Hilltoppers. We'll take that all night long. Into the wind. Man, that ball really kind of, a lot of hang time, but it also kind of died on its way. And it's a foot race to the ball between Bogan and Raposo. And Durfee winning the battle. Bogan getting it out of the corner. Now Da Vega has it taken away. He goes down, but now cleared out again by Bogan. Lobbed over the defense. Easy routine grab there for Amaral. He'll kick it away from ground level. Durfee in the home red uniforms. Going with color for their home uniforms. The red looks good. Red looks good on the field. I mean, the black uniforms that the girls wear are sharp too. There's some red accents and stuff, but I think the red looks so good on the against the green backdrop here. Wildcats player down on the far side of the field. And we will have a stop here at 28:46. An injury timeout. Remember, folks, we live stream right here on our Fred TV Sports Facebook page. If you haven't liked and follow us, please do so, especially now that we've hit the second half of the season. We'll be watching the power rankings and the playoff push. All the info you need to know will be posted there. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel under the same name where we archive all of our games. We had a rare but frustrating technological night, I guess you could say, on Friday with football. There was some issues with one of our cables that was fine pregame, and then, as it usually would go, as soon as we kick live, we ran into some problems. So if you were watching Friday football and couldn't hear us for some of the game, we do apologize. But the good news is that on the recorded version, as we reset the clock and get back into it here, the good news is that the recorded version to the camera was not affected. So we did edit the game over the weekend, and a clean copy of the game has been reposted to Facebook, and it is on the YouTube channel as well. A whistle coming in from the back end of the play. So with that said, if you want to rewatch football and from Friday, just know it is available now. Going to be a free kick for Westport. Good, strong kick there from Amaral, who is also a senior keeper. That goes out, and I think Westport's going to win that. No, Durfee with the throw. Oh, let's see. Yes, it is Durfee. Wow. Close play along the sideline there on that far side. Punted away. Couple Diamond players just showed up to take in this one because Diamond's going to have both teams over the last week of the season. Why not see them head to head, right? Waiting on a throw from the far end of the field. Wow, a lot of hang time and distance there. That one reaching the middle of the box, almost like a corner. But it will go out of play, and it'll be a goal kick. Passing near side here to Lopes. Getting it to Pacheco, back to Lopes, who has it broken up. That is Gomez. And Ignacio going to kick it away as it rolls back to midfield, played by Cross, Jake Cross that is. Oh, the official was about to call the whistle on that. And then decided not to. Sokol lobbing it far side. Passed back to Da Vega. Gomez lost it towards the sideline, and it'll be a throw for the Hilltoppers. Bogan, quick throw in. Gets it there to Gonzalez. Towards the goal, Amaral comes out. That one did not have as much distance on it as I thought it would. And he'll send it away. And Ignacio on a hop, kicking it away. Line shot will sail. First corner of the game for the Wildcats. This one hooking back toward the box. Ignacio comes out of the goal, bats it away. It goes out of play, and we'll do it again. Aggressive and somewhat risky play there from Ignacio. He was not able to gather it, and took him a bit to get off the ground and back to the goal. Almost the same play here. This one off the head of one of Durfee's defenders. And a lot of open field ahead. The Wildcats chasing it down. And wow, Westport really showing their speed very quickly back up the field. not letting Durfee get set at all. That was a rather impressive transition. Header sent away by the defense, and now Durfee will have a corner. Love the pace of play. I know we only have gotten to see Durfee once this season, but the Hilltoppers look considerably faster than when we saw them against Diamond. Of course, that was very early in the year, too. A timeout called by Westport. You're at 21-26 left to play in the half. So Coach Parker doing what we've seen Coach Tavares do for girls soccer here, and that is to use a timeout right around halfway through, right around the 20-minute marker. Both sides with some great chances to score over these last 5 minutes or so of gameplay. We were talking about schedules a bit, looking at, Durfee's. They beat Somerset and then had back-to-back ties against Diamond. We saw that one. And then on the road at BR, a 2-2 tie. Then a win at Taunton, versus Taunton. Then the loss to Brockton. And then from there, 2 more ties. Dartmouth, 1-1, and New Bedford, 1-1. And that's before their last 2 games, which were wins. Stang, 5-1, and Somerset for the second time, 3-2. And it's interesting if you look at, the ties and whatnot. If we were in the SEC and we still had BR and Dartmouth as conference opponents, Durfee would be 0-1-3. It'd be really interesting looking conference with all the ties that we've seen. Westport on the other side, only 1 loss. That's to ORR. But wins against Holbrook, Wareham, Atlantis Charter, Avon, and Seekonk. Seekonk being on this past Saturday. 2 ties, 1 to Stang and 1 against Diamond. Today for Westport, this is game number 9 of 18. Thursday looking good weather-wise as well. We'll have field hockey live. It's our only other game this week here on Fred TV. It'll be pink night for breast cancer awareness. That one into the wind. Emerald's got a great leg. Really get some good distance because we've seen, what the wind can do here, especially when it's going from, goal to goal. And makes you wonder how far the kick would go if Emerald's kicking with the wind. We'll see that in the second half. When you hit the second half of the halfway mark of the season, start thinking about, the playoffs, the power rankings, senior night games. So we've gotten some dates for those as well. Not all the games are going to be live. Just for various reasons in terms of staffing and whatnot. However, we will have cameras at all of the senior night ceremonies. So if the game isn't done live, doesn't mean the camera wasn't here. We did that last spring, we did that last winter, and we did that last fall as well. Sometimes there are sports having senior nights on the same night, multiple sports, and we're not going to pick and choose which one we do live and which one we don't cover. So we'll get cameras at both and take care of filming those ceremonies so all the seniors can be, can have their moment. 20 minutes gone, 20 to go here in the first half. Scoreless so far between Durfee and Westport. Evan Massoud with you here as your watching boys soccer on Fred TV. Gomez lost it, and it will be a throw for the Hilltoppers. Lopes will let it fly. Lot of air time there. A lot of hang time. Played by Novo. Novo going to take the shot, and that's going to sail as well. Durfee with a quick restart here. Kind of creeping down that far side. Another Wildcat down that may spark a timeout. It will. And the clock will stop again. Not something that Coach Parker wants to see, because unfortunately he was telling me he's been dealing with some injuries this year, and he has not been able to play all projected 11 starters in the same game yet. And here we are right halfway through the year. So Wildcats certainly been trying to get back to full strength. And here we go again. 18 to play. Hot shot, and Inacio with the glove save. Quick throw out there. Gomez looked like he might have been pulled from behind. Passing to Alfama, breaking down the sideline. Oh, out of reach. Bogan tried to get there, went behind him. Another good quick transition for Durfee, though. Nice feed down the sideline from Bogan, going to Gomez. Double teamed, it's taken away by Alfama. Now the defense, oh, a little extra there, and that's going to be a foul against Durfee. Yeah, Alfama ended up almost kind of clotheslining him there. He can't do that. Emerald with the kick. Going well past midfield. Cut off by Lopes. Pacheco back to Lopes. Now Pacheco going through the defense. Oh, great pass in front. looking for some help. Got it to Raposo. Raposo takes the shot, and Inacio, again, quick to his feet, and will throw it in to get his guys in stride, moving down the field. I know he drove for that, but I think it was going out of bounds anyway. Not as tough of a save as we saw earlier in the game. Nice end around, a chance for Durfee quickly down this end of the field. Shot. Oh, that looked like hands in the box as well. Never mind the fact that Durfee went down on contact. And no foul against the Wildcats. Man, oh man. Jake Cross with the throw to Lopes. How to play again. And another throw. Actually, no, excuse me. That was a foul called. So now a free kick for Cross. Toppers looking for some space. Quickly defended on the far side there. Out of bounds. Lucas Freitas defending, kicking it. Stays in bounds. Now towards the goal, and it'll cross and go out of play. Untouched, and it will be Westport ball. Gomez weaving right, left, good footwork, faking it out. Passing back now to Da Vega, and it'll be cleared out. He sent it toward the box, nobody there. Spreading it out here. Bogan getting the pass along the sideline. Everybody bunched up again, though. That's off the heel of Pacheco. Goes sky high as he broke up that pass. And watch out to his left. And it's just broken up there. He had Raposo to his left as well. It could have been tag team duo. That's a great feed up the field. Amaral will come out, though, to make the play as he rolls it out. Low line drive kick there, going good 40 yards. I had a lot of sports coverage last week between a couple road games I did with DCTV and the home games we had. Football ending the week as the Hilltoppers back down the field again. Tell you, football was, you know, it was a frustrating start for sure, but I got to give Durfee a lot of credit. They certainly made some adjustments in the second half. And, you know, they held Somerset scoreless, had 2 touchdowns, should have been 3 had it not been for the pickoff right at the goal line, which that was a solid drive too. It wasn't like it was just a, you know, a 1 or 2 play drive with, you know, one big breaking play. It was a methodical drive. Just unfortunately, you know, a couple plays in that first half, a bad no call that I will stick to was a bad no call, watching it back. Shot taken, and Inacio able to snag it on the forward progress situation. Ironically enough, I had football at UMass Dartmouth on Saturday, and the official who was our official here Friday night was the official for college football on Saturday. And that play didn't come up, but I certainly asked the official in the booth. I said, I want your interpretation on forward progress. And for those of you who watched and, you know, got to hear BJ and Desmond and I break that non-call down, well, we had it spot on because our interpretation of the rules is exactly what we were told by 2 officials in the booth with us, with me on Saturday when I was at UMass Dartmouth. So, yeah. And you know the reasoning? Said, well, it's to, number 1, protect the players from injury, and number 2, to prevent, you know, bad turnovers that really shouldn't happen. Because if he's not going forward and progress is stopped, you whistle it dead. We see it in all levels of football. And ironically, what they said the rule is there to prevent is exactly what happened here on Friday. So that added more fuel to the fire, unfortunately, because, like I said, second half, Durfee played well. Shot taken, that's going wide left as we're under 10 minutes now, actually under 9. But anyway, so just breaking that down a little bit. That was rather interesting. And, gosh, I'll tell you, UMass Dartmouth, their offense, I mean, I've seen them over the last 6 years, usually a game or 2 a year, and they just don't lose at home, number 1. I've never seen them lose a game for football. But their offense coming into the game was the highest scoring offense in all college football. Shot, it's gonna go! Onside, and Durfee will score first. Alfama with the goal. Comes here at 31-48 in the first half. It was a great setup. Patience to play onside. Durfee wants another one. Gomez. It's going to hook and go too far. Well, still in play. Durfee got a second chance at it. Third chance, and it's going to go over the crossbar. I thought that went out of bounds. They kept playing. Ooh, big block right there. That one was going in hot. Sliding play by Pacheco, but Gomez sticking with it. Durfee spreading out the field. Shot taken, and it's batted down. Emerald able to scoop it. Big throw across the field, targeting Pacheco, and he's there. Novo passing down in the corner. Durfee defense quick to get there. Nice move, cutting it back. Up the field. Would have liked to have Alfama in stride there at the stop, but nonetheless, Durfee trying to get back to the box. They have a chance at a shot. Alfama lost it, and it's going to come out to the sideline here. Still in play, Gomez giving chase. Crossing, header out of the box. Blocked, and that's going to sail out of play as we come up on the 5-minute mark here of the first half. Durfee will have the throw on the far side. And a whistle will stop play. So they're going to do it again here. Oh, man, just to the left. Emerald had to dive for it. That was very close to the post. Bogan. Oh, come on. You had to think about it. You can't. That was right on the line. I hate that so much. When we wait for the whistle, like we have to think about it, and then we make the call after the play's already been made. The crowd still, some of the fans are still barking about it. Well, it's true, though, right? If you're watching the play, did it go out or didn't it? Make the call right away. We talk about instant gratification these days with social media and news and phones and sources at your hands. Well, I want a whistle right away if it's going to be. If it's going to be out, make the call. That's it. And that's what really grinds my gears. Little Family Guy reference for you folks. Oh, man. I actually haven't watched that show in years. I remember one of my college roommates got me turned into that show, and I swore I'd never watch anything. I just didn't watch cartoons and stuff, but some of them are so funny. Granted, inappropriate, but funny. That's why it's funny. You could argue the same thing about The Office. One of the best shows. Oh, man. I digress. Coming up on the 2-minute marker here, the clock will stop in the stadium. We'll keep it rolling for you at home. Durfee up 1-0 here. Final minutes of the first half. Another good send. I'll tell you, I'm surprised given the wind, like how well the ball's traveling from Amaral on this south end, and makes me wonder if the wind is kind of shifted and more swirling now, because it really was gusting from the north side when I was down there, but not really stopping the ball in the air much. Amaral has had really good distance. When some of the shots on goal we saw from Westport, you know, that sailed over the goal on the north side. Wind not really playing with it either, so good distance, good hang time. We'll see how it affects Durfee when they switch sides, because the Hilltoppers will be technically going into the wind. I mean, I'm looking at the flag near the scoreboard. It's still blowing from the north. The corner flags as well. You see it above your screen there. So Amaral coming out, and he will make the play on this. This is coming towards the bleachers and into the bleachers. Souvenir City. Under a minute. And the throw up the field, Alfama gets by. It's a good move. He kicked it too far ahead, unfortunately for himself. Ferreira now looking for somewhere to go. Double teamed in the corner. Still free now, triple teamed. He needs some help, but no one going up to help him. It'll be a throw for Westport. Unofficially, 15 seconds here. And that's the half. I want to see the calibration on these some of these stopwatches. You know, we're going with the officials as they start and stop the clock, and we always actually seem to be a little over, which is interesting because usually we end up our clock will run out before theirs, and we'll just kind of sit on zero for a couple because we don't always, you know, some of the extra time that they allot. But hey, nonetheless, pretty close to dead on there, and Durfee with a 1-0 advantage over the Wildcats after 40 minutes. We got ourselves 9.5 on the clock for the halftime break. We'll take that break, and we'll see you for the second half live on Fred TV. Don't go anywhere.
This year, I had the honor of my first grade students piloting Ignite here at Tansy. And it is a program where it is an online tutoring program where students are provided with one-on-one instruction.
I do, I go on with my teacher, and then when I go on with my teacher, I sound words, and I look at when we look at the words, we say the name, and we make the letters sounds. And after that, we when I get 5 stickers after that, we get to play a game. I've been focusing on our reading, because if we don't read, then we won't get smart.
We are focusing in on the science of reading. Students are working on building their accuracy and their fluency within those pieces, and we're using grids to help build those skills. And it really echoes just what we do in class.
My teacher always lets me have a confetti and some stars every day, even fireworks.
Well, we do learn about reading, and we learned about new letters and sounds.
Ignite is amazing. The children are so engaged. They love going on Ignite every morning. They know the routine of what they need to do, and they just absolutely, I see them laughing, I see them engaged.
Being a good reader is important to help you feel cheerful and very happy.
morning, I went on Ignite and I got my headphones. I put my mic out and then I turned on the computer and logged in.
They do a baseline test at the beginning when they first meet them to see where they're at, and they meet them right there. So if they still don't know their alphabet, they're going to work with that. If they're working on blending, they'll work with that. If they're already somewhat fluent readers, they'll push that. So they meet them where they are and they push them forward to get them on level.
It has done a lot for me. She always teaches me new words and new stories.
I'm able to see some friends are reciting the alphabet, other friends are working on phonemic awareness activities, and other students are working on sight word knowledge.
I do stories, and my teacher had me to read. Bus. Sun.
It's pretty awesome because for 15 minutes a day, essentially I have 9 instructors working with students. I mean, they say it takes a village, and my class is Exhibit A.
It's fun, and I learned a lot of sight words and games and learning and drawing and just my teacher is nice.
Amanda's not here.
It lets you be smart and it lets you read.
I always read them first I read them with my teacher and then I read them by myself and I spell them out.
They are gaining the confidence and they're getting the help that they need, and they're really enjoying the reading that they're doing and the activities they're doing with their Ignite tutors.
I like it how we read passage of stories because it helps me more by reading. And it's fun because I like it because it helps my brain.
My teacher wants me to know me by circling the happy face or the tired face or the sad face. And then I tell her how I'm feeling.
A lot of times if I am introducing a sound, I'll have at least a couple kind of call out and say, oh, I was just doing this on Ignite, or my Ignite tutor just taught me this. And so there's absolutely that alignment between what they're doing in their session with what we're doing in class. And so I think that highlights to the kids, just how important what they're learning is, and also kind of shows them how many people are invested in their success. For these first graders moving up to second grade, I think they're going to be in a great place when they get to their next level. And for kindergartners coming up to first graders, I'm so excited for them to also get to enjoy this opportunity.
I'm Mike Labossiere, Watuppa Reservation Forester.
And I'm Paul Ferland, the Administrator of Community Utilities.
Protecting open space is a benefit today, and it's a gift to future generations.
For over 150 years, Fall River has been a leader in environmental preservation. The Southeastern Massachusetts Bioreserve ensures forests and fields remain undeveloped and accessible. The Community Preservation Act is a vital component to fulfill climate goals.
Since 2017, CPA funds totaling nearly $1.3 million have been used to acquire conservation areas in Fall River. Educational programs within the Bioreserve connect families to nature and promote understanding and respect for diverse culture, history, and wildlife.
Half of Fall River, about 12,000 acres, an area the size of Mattapoisett, is protected water and woodland. Healthy forests minimize flooding, reduce erosion, and provide habitat for endangered species.
As the region expands manufacturing and technology, people are directly reliant on green infrastructure as an irreplaceable source of clean water and air.
Miles of trails wind through unique landscapes which appeal to hikers, cross-country skiers, and mountain bikers. Specific areas are open for safe seasonal hunting. The bioreserve promises endless discoveries and recreational experiences year-round.
CPA funds have supported thousands of significant projects in Massachusetts. Thank you for your continued interest in community beautification and betterment.
Fall River Public Schools has opportunities for positions in multiple areas for people looking to work with the next generation. Come grow with our team. We have openings for teachers, paraprofessionals, and teaching assistants, and other educational support positions available. We are also looking to fill operations support positions such as custodial, security, and food service. We offer competitive salary and benefit plans. We have rewarding work available in our 21st century schools and learning environments. Come grow with us. Please contact the Human Resources Department at 508-675-8420, extension 53708, or see our postings on our website at fallriverschools.org.
We welcome you back to Durfee High School. Evan Massoud with you as we get ready for the second half of action here at the stadium. Halftime is over. Westport and Durfee squaring off their only time this year. And it was the Hilltoppers scoring first here this evening at 31:48 of the first half. Late in that first half, Leonardo Alfama netting Durfee's lone goal to this point. Switch sides here, just about ready to rock and roll. And here we go. Officials a little more difficult to spot here. They've put on their jackets, so wearing all black uniforms now, no neon showing, so, but still working the same sidelines. We've dropped almost 10 degrees from pregame to now, as we hit the 7 o'clock hour. Our broadcast an hour long at this point. Well, very impressed by the speed of both teams. The pace of play has really led to some good fast breaks, good passing, good setups, you know, progression up and down the field. That should draw a whistle, it will. We'll see how, in my opinion, how Westport can make some changes, and if they can get any I don't know if they can get any faster than they are playing. That's the thing, because they had some great scoring chances in the first as well. This could as easily as it is 1-0 now, could be 1-0 the other way, could be 1-1, could still be scoreless, quite frankly. It's been a very competitive game, and you can see why the Wildcats, as a D5 school, you know, being such a small school, that they're playing at this level against a D1 team. You can see why they were so good last year. And, you know, let's pull up their schedule, their championship winning schedule. This team a year ago had, at one point, 7 shutouts in a row, the beginning of the year. And, I mean, they just dominated up and down the schedule. No losses. Chance for, oh man, just over the crossbar. Maybe a foot too high. A great chance for Durfee to make it 2-zip. The Wildcats a year ago in the playoffs. Came from the left side of the bracket, were the number 8 seed out of 48 teams. And en route to their championship victory, had a bye in the prelims. They beat University Park 8-0. They were the 25 seed. They beat Hull, the 24 seed, 7-0. Then Boston International, the 4 seed, 2-0. And then Douglas in penalty kicks, 1-0. Douglas was the 2 seed. So really an amazing run for Westport a year ago. And Coach Parker feels very confident heading into the second half of the year that if they can just get back to full strength, that this team will be in the running for another deep playoff run here in 24. Durfee on the other side, we made the trip to Peabody. It was our second year in a row at Peabody for playoff soccer. Durfee against Peabody. We had the girls were there the year before. Shot taken, that's going to go long as well. And both Durfee teams getting wins in Peabody over the last 2 years. From there, the Hilltoppers had to play the number 1 seed, Concord Carlisle, and they only lost 1-0. Very competitive game. Concord Carlisle ended up going on to win the state tournament, but they didn't blow anybody out in any of their wins. You know, Durfee 1-0, Leominster 2-1. Beverly was their largest margin of victory. That was the quarterfinals, 4-1. 3-1 against Weymouth. And then Needham, the 2 seed, losing to Concord Carlisle, the number 1 seed, 2-0 in the finals. So they didn't blow anybody out of the water, that's for sure. And that game that Durfee played against them, 1-0, very close game, very well-played game. You know, especially for the Hilltoppers, having to go against the number 1 seed like that, who was 15-0-1, by the way. And we're starting to see, too, up and down these, you know, the results, a lot more teams going with 16-game schedules so that they can avoid, and that's kind of what Durfee was doing as well, other than the fact that they added this game against Westport as their 17th. They were going for a 16-game schedule to keep it at a 2-game-a-week thing. You know, when you're playing 3 games a week, that's a lot of soccer, and that's a lot of strain on the body, a lot of strain on the athletes for such a long game of constant motion. You know, with football, they're long games, sure, and this tackling, it's very physical. A chance for Durfee to make it 2-0. Oh, what a save! Emerald blocks it, and it's denied. Second chance. That one's going to go into the night. You know, it's hard to compare the sports. Here in soccer, it's constant motion for almost an hour and a half of gameplay with just halftime in the middle. Football is a long game, there's tackling and whatnot, but there's stoppages in the middle of after every play. So it's a little different in that respect. There's the physical part of it because of the tackling. But on the other side of it here with, soccer, the physical part of it is, the stamina needed to last. Durfee gives up the ball. Ignacio crossing, and it'll just miss the post. And the Hilltoppers very lucky there because they got lackadaisical on defense right along the line, and Westport nearly made them pay. You got a 1-0 lead. This is not the time to get cute with it, especially when you consider how close Durfee was to just making it 2-0 a minute ago. Going to be a throw for the Wildcats, and that is Alex Ribeiro, number 40, who throws it in. Out of bounds, and Durfee with the throw this time. That was a bit unnecessary. Kick it away from the Durfee player coming to throw in. Kudo wanted a whistle there, didn't get it. And Marquez feeding his forwards. That was a great lobbing pass into the box. Shot taken. Took a little long. Second chance. What a save! Amaral blocking Estrada. And Noah Amaral has had some outstanding saves here as that one goes almost the length of the field. Ignacio will play it. Remarkable goaltending here by Amaral. He has literally taken 2 goals away. Another shot taken. This one was deflected on the way, slowed up enough for Amaral to make it rather routine. Ignacio had to run and make that play because it went off of Durfee. Had it gone out of bounds, the Wildcats would have had a corner kick thanks to the goalie. That one going rather straight up in the air. And that will draw a whistle against Alfama. Westport player down. The third time tonight we've seen one of the Wildcats go down. That's Ribeiro, who will hobble his way to the cart. Our trainer, Kelly Mahoney, will bring him to the sidelines. We will restart play here with a free kick from the Wildcats. That one toward the box. Out of bounds. Should be a corner. And indeed it will be. Header out of play, or out of the box, I should say. It doesn't go out of play, but out of the vicinity of the goal, we'll say. Nice pass up the field. Hits the heels again. Happened a couple times in the first half. Some good passes getting tangled up in the feet. That's a good feed. Oh, nobody home. Marquez, crossing pass, in front. Oh, no, it's swing and a miss. Set up perfectly. Oh, Durfee wants that one back for sure. Maybe another chance here as they keep it down this end of the field. Shot taken, going wide left off the foot of Estrada. And now a Hilltopper is down. Looks like it is Estrada. Estrada getting to his feet. And he too will get carted off. Or no, guess not. Durfee will have a free kick here. Damas takes the shot, and it is saved by Amaral. Another tremendous save as he airmails it away. High, booming kick. Down in the corner. End around, good speed toward the box. Got Alfama, shot, oh, another tremendous save. Amaral has single-handedly kept Westport in this game. Unreal. Well, actually, now they're coming out, so I think that was waved offside. So it wouldn't have counted anyway. But still, credit Amaral right there, because he still went and made the save. Still kept playing just in case. Wildcats, free kick off the foot of Jake Cross toward the box. And Ignacio will get there, keep it in bounds, and now pick it up. He baited Raposo to get there, rolling it out to the near side. There's Marquez. Quick put on the brakes there, pulling it back. Out of bounds, and it'll be a corner. That kind of a tough break there. It went out on the goal line just to the right of the flag. And the Wildcats will send it in from the far side, but not before we have a couple substitutions here for both sides. Coming in, lefty kicker on the ground, taken away by Durfee. That did not really pan out too well for the Wildcats. They've had some better corner kicks in this game than that one. And it's a very fast transition for the Hilltoppers down the field. Durfee will have the throw. Throwing from rather far back. That ball went out of bounds about 10 yards further up. And they pulled him back further. I don't know why. That's really kind of strange. Rolling toward the sideline. Durfee going to keep it in. Good pass back to Marquez. And he'll send it across the field again. Gomez takes a shot. Oh, man. That thing had no spin. Did you see it dance? Hooked in left and started fading away from Amaral. We'll compare that to kind of a knuckleball in baseball. That was rather wild. Pulls up, Damas. Passing to the far side, shot taken is going to be wide to the right. Still got a better part of 21 minutes here to go. A little more than a half to play. A lot of soccer yet to go. It's been a very exciting second half, even more so than the first half. Both sides have just really turned it up a notch. Well, that'll draw a whistle. That might even draw a card. That was rather physical. We've seen a couple times this season where something like that has drawn a card. And it looks like it did. Our official has pulled out the notebook. Let's stop the clock here at 2:11. They help the injured player off the field. And we'll restart here. Here we go. 20 minutes to play. Hilltoppers holding on to a 1-0 lead. That came about a half hour ago, game minutes wise. That one whistled dead. And looks like we're going to do this again. A re-kick here of the free kick. One of our Durfee parents with, it's like a double-tiered container of cupcakes there, about 24 cupcakes. What are we going to do to get one of those in the booth? Or 2 of those, one for me, one for Vanessa. Well, and Craig on the roof, 3 of those. Come on now. On the ground, wide left. Those look pretty serious, too. We're coming up on 7:30 and the hunger pains are real, let me tell you right now. Oh, man. I see chocolate cake. I see different colored frostings. I see yellow cake on the bottom. Oh, boy. Oh, to be a soccer player tonight. And a little sweet treat at the end of the game. Straight up and straight out of bounds. Well, tomorrow is National Walk to School Day. We do this every October, and so we'll be making the short walk. I say short, it's actually one of the longest actual walks to school, actual routes for this. That is, you know, Fall River, the only district that's always been 100% compliance as Durfee goes into the corner kick. That's Marcia Picard has always been behind this. and for years, and always look forward to as Amaral able to make the pick. And we'll be making the trip with. They really just called that against Marquez. He didn't even touch Quinlan. They both went down together. Oh my goodness. First of all, it wasn't even a playable ball. It was going out of bounds. So right there should negate the whole thing. Oh gosh. Anyway, I digress. So we'll be making the walk with the Tansy students tomorrow from North Park all the way up Hood Street to Ray Street and then down to Tansy. So we'll be doing that. You'll see that short feature will be on the air. Oh, great pass! Shot is long! Too far wide right. What is Durfee going to do to buy another goal? Man, we've had at least a handful as Damas was down on the back end of that. Actually, it looks like we have a timeout. We do. In general. So we'll pause the clock here. We have to add a few seconds to catch up here with the in-house stadium. 16:02 to play as both sides head to the bench, with Durfee still up 1-0. Good opportunity to look ahead here at what's coming down the pipe for both teams. For the Wildcats, they will be, this is game 2 of 6 consecutive road games for the Wildcats. They played on Saturday at Seekonk. That was a victory. And that comes after 6 consecutive home games. So kind of a weird schedule. That is not something that I know most coaches like, to have to be away for so many games and then home for so many games. It's usually nice to kind of split it up a little bit. Especially for the road games, because it feels like you're away and having to travel for weeks at a time. But nonetheless, Durfee tonight, they're going to be at Wareham Thursday, at Atlantis Charter next Tuesday, and then Friday, October 11th at Avon, and then Tuesday the 15th at Holbrook before they finally return home on the 18th of October. For Durfee, this is game 3 in a row at home, and they will hit the road Friday, head to Taunton for a rematch, game that they won 6-0 earlier this year, and then to Brockton next Tuesday for the rematch against the Boxers in conference play, a game they lost 2-0 on September 17th, and that's before returning home next Thursday the 10th for BR. For us on Fred TV, we will have field hockey on Thursday, 5:15 start. And then next week, girls volleyball, girls soccer, and diamond football on the 11th, Friday the 11th, as the Bengals return back here to Durfee for another home game. Girls volleyball and girls soccer from here at Durfee, both against Brockton. A couple big games at the start of next week. Clock is rolling. 16 minutes to play here at Mac Aldridge Field. The Hilltoppers looking for win number 5 and to make it 3 straight. Freitas getting it to Gomez. Now down in the corner is Damas. Gets through traffic and he couldn't hook it. Wow, that's crazy. Hilltoppers keep it down the offensive side here. Marquez getting to Da Vega. Now he'll go to the far side, trying to keep it in. Durfee able to. This one coming in the air across the box, off the head of the defender. Marquez sending it through the uprights. That doesn't count tonight. Free kick for the Hilltoppers. I think that might have been a handball. Durfee didn't really set it though. Didn't get a good shot down the field. Alfama came storming in. He's got the lone goal, scoring it toward the end of the first half at 31-48. That's a great pass down the field, and Amaral will beat him to it. Ignacio not really able to clear that one very well. Getting some help from the defense. Just got a lot of spin on it, didn't square it up well. Gomez cutting back in, nice pass back to Da Vega. Sideline kept in. Alfama gets free. And it's poked away toward the corner, and it will roll out of bounds at the sideline. So Durfee will throw. It will not be a corner kick. A lot of hang time. The header comes past the box onto the near side of the field. And the Wildcats will clear it out of bounds towards midfield here. Durfee with the throw. Marquez surveilling. Goes down the sideline. And Gomez cut off by Cross. Still with it. Now cleared out of bounds. And that should be a corner. That is the signal. Out on the goal line, and Durfee will kick from the corner as we roll up on 10 minutes. Oh, no, excuse me. They're calling it a throw, that it went out on the side. Thought the signal was originally for a kick, but I guess not. Alfama trying to find some space. They kick it towards the edge of the box now out to Marquez. Marquez going to spread it out. Da Vega coming in from the far side. Can't see who it is. There it is! Number 2! Durfee scores! Bogan with number 2 of the night for the Hilltoppers. This one coming at 29:56. They stuck with it, and I'll tell you, I mean, so many chances in this second half. It could be easily 4-0, 5-0 even. You got to credit the Westport defense and Amaral in particular, who's been outstanding in net tonight for the Wildcats. But this one, a hot shot from Bogan. Still 10 minutes to go, but having the extra goal certainly is a bit more comforting. Leaves a little room for error. Amaral will kick it. Does not go downfield, staying it on the ground to cross. Which I'm not sure I get that. You need chances now to score. You need to get it down the field. Estrada will give way to Marquez. He came out earlier on an injury. Glad to see him back in there. And he'll get the pass. Near side to Gomez. Down in the corner he goes. Trying to cut back. Freitas crossing. Header! Amaral will have to make the play. It was crossing. It didn't necessarily go towards the net, but still. Alfama gets the pass and now broken up. Back toward midfield it goes. Gomez did his best to keep that in. A lot of spin on the ball. Wildcats making a substitution here. Forward progress there, stopped going out of bounds on the hooking slide there. Durfee having to throw it in. That looked out of bounds from up here, and it was. Durfee's going to get to throw in from well back down the field. Header. Oh, no, off the post, and then buried. number 3 of the night. And it's Gomez who got the juicy rebound off that post. And the Hilltoppers up 3-zip with 5.5 to play. This goal coming at 34-29 here in the second. Wildcats trying to get it back to midfield. And they do to Kudo. We're under 5 minutes. Well, some bad news. That goal not going to stand. They waved it off. We're just getting word from our athletic director, Brad Buston. There were 2 balls on the field. We didn't see it down there, but it must have happened, so it is only 2-0. So no third goal. That one down in front. Durfee will clear it out. Ignacio will make the grab. It was a great shot. Unfortunately, it won't count that for Gomez. Great send down the field. Passing back and a chance. Shot. Oh, tipped away. Great save by Amaral. Three minutes to go. And a corner for Durfee. A lot of hang time. Header by the defense. Second chance. Goes over everything. Good positioning from the Wildcats defender because Amaral did not have a play on that. That one getting all the way down the field quickly, and Ignacio will pick it up. Oh, Durfee kind of, Gomez and Damas getting tangled up kind of on their own there. 90 seconds to go. Centering pass. And there is number 3. That one will count. And that was Ezra Moniz with the goal. At 38-43. Marquez going to pass it back under a minute unofficially here on our own timer. It'll be a free kick. Back to Keimani Mendez Tomlinson, and that'll be the game. Durfee victorious here in primetime soccer against the defending D5 state champs from Westport. The final 3-0 in favor of Durfee. 2 of the goals coming in the second half. It was full on here in these last 40 minutes. The Hilltoppers created chance after chance, and Amaral really played a strong game in net. The Wildcats falling short. It's their second loss of the year for Durfee. Now 5-1-4 through 10 games. With a couple road games on the horizon, we will see the boys again 2 weeks from tonight for their rematch against the Whalers, the final Big 3 game of the regular season. We hope you'll join us then. But before then, we have field hockey this Thursday, 5:15. Join us on Fred TV for more live coverage. For Craig Salvador on the roof, I'm Evan Massoud. Enjoy a good evening.